All right, so the next thing we have here is how we can create these kind of pillars and add a text over this cantilever portion. So first of all, let's recreate the ceiling in a proper way. So I'm going to the top view and I'm adding a plane and turn on my snaps, and let's pick our this corner, click and drag to that opposite diagonal corner. So this way our ceiling will cover the whole floor and the walls, and so our ceiling will cover all the floor and all the walls. So now let's give it a thickness by adding a shell, and let's do the thickness of zero point 0.2, maybe 0.15. Yeah. All right. So now you can see we have segments on both x-axis and y-axis. So how we can remove them? So we can go back to the plane, and we can see that in our parameters we have length segments and width segments, and it says 4 and 4. So let's dial in and switch from 4 to 1, and similarly with the width segments like this. This will give us a clean topology or geometry to work with. So now let's add an added poly modifier on top of the shell modifier, and now inside that added poly modifier we have that selection rollout, and in selection rollout we have 5 different options. So, and these 5 different options we can, you know, get them by just pressing uh, the keys from 1 to 5 on the keyboard. So let's press 1. So you can see, after pressing 1 we can get that vertex mode on, and if I press 4 you can see that the polygon mode is now on. So by pressing 4 we can switch on and off these selection modes. So by pressing 4 again, let's turn on the polygon mode and select that one face of that ceiling, and press W for move key. And now if I just go into the edit polygons, you can see we have extrude option over here, and in next to the extrude option we have a window icon which is the extrude settings. So let's click on the extrude settings, and this will give us uh, pop out of extrude options in which we can extrude our polygons in various ways like group normals or individual polygons. And the next option is the extrude amount. So let's increase the extrude amount, let's say 5 meters. So you can see we have now that cantilever ceiling going on. So let's dial 3 meters. I think 3 or 4 meters may be enough. So let's click on the tick. So this will give us a nice cantilever slab or the nice cantilever ceiling that we have here. So now let's create the uh, but before going to the columns, let's add a text that says hotel. So let's switch from top to front, and now you can see if I just zoom out, you can see we have a grid in our viewport. So in order to remove or in order to turn off this grid, you can press G on the keyboard, and this way those grid lines will get disappeared. All right, so now let's add the text. So how to add the text is by just uh, going to the create tab, and if I switch from geometry to shapes, you can see we have that text option over here. So the text option will also appear in the geometry rollout that says text plus, and we have the basic text, 2D text inside this shape mode. So if I just switch from geometry to shapes, you can see we have that text. And if I click on the text, and now if I click on my viewport, you can see we will get that text option. So here it is. So now if I go into the modify tab and just check the parameters of our text, we can get these parameters. And under parameters we have that text font style, so we'll get all those styles that we have in our MS Word, like this. So let's go with the Arial, and we have that italic mode, the underline mode, and we have the alignments setting, and we have the size over here. So right now it's 100 meters, and if I reduce the size, we can uh, you know decreasing the size. Or we also can do this by we can also do this by going to the scale mode, like this. But it's better to do it with this size mode, like this. And under the size mode we have that kerning effect. Let's say if I increase the value, you can see the gaps in the letter, that is the kerning effect. And if I just increase the leading amount, you can see right now nothing is happening, because there is so that was the kerning effect, that is uh, adding the distance between the letters, like this. Now in order to change the text inside this max text, you can see there's a window that says text, and you can write whatever that text will be. So I'm going to write that hotel, like this. And right now it's kind of 2D, it's written like a 2D line. So what I can do is I can just so first of all, let's rotate this um, text, because it seems like it is um, the other way around. So let's just rotate this. So what we can do is we can just switch from move to rotate, and on the Z axis we can just simply click and drag our mouse and rotate it to 180 degrees. But there is a more efficient way. But what it is that you can just go to the mirror command that is over here on the uh, under the main menu tab. So you can see we have that mirror, and if I just click on that mirror, you can see it instantly turn around into, or did that 180-degree rotation. So there are a lot of options over here. Let's just go to the with the by default and click on OK. We'll discuss them later. So now you can see we have um, there's a distance between the ceiling and that text. So let's switch from rotate to move, and move it down a bit, like this, on the Z axis. All right, and now you can see we have this text in the form of lines. The text is 2D, so let's give it a thickness by adding that extrude modifier on top of the text. So let's go to the modifier list and press EX for extrude, or press E to get all the commands that starts from the letter E. So let's add the extrude command, and let's give that extrusion amount like zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.2. So this way we can see that our 2D text turns into 3D like this. So we get our flooring, we get our walls, we are done with the windows, the ceiling cantilever part, and the text as well.